The floor is melting slow like the thousand whispers.
The residents along the West River are talking again tonight about what they call the phantom train. Witnesses in Jamaica and Townsend say they saw the outline of an old steam engine rolling across the trestle.
Reports of a ghostly woman at Weatherhead Hollow Bridge have some Vermonters looking over their shoulders tonight. WCNA's Atlanta Price is live in Guilford with the story.
Nothing's what it seems in this fever dream. The clock spin back.
Whoa. That was the first time I saw the whole thing.
Oh, well, you didn't watch it when I first sent it to you?
I was just like, you're fine, man. I had 2 kids.
Well, that's good. At least you have trust in my videos.
Of course, director. Thank you for joining me tonight. All right, this is Project Unknown, case number 802-1. We have Maya with us tonight, the Light Warrior, which I actually like, and a quantum hypnosis from Windham County.
Windham County? That's up your way, Vic.
I know. Guys, to be honest with you, we've been doing this type of stuff for, at least 2020, and this is the closest guess I've had on for me ever.
Yeah, I'm thinking even the wrestlers, everybody. It's like nobody was from that close.
No one that close. So I'm a little nervous here, but that's all right.
I'm still hiding. I'm coming out.
Well, welcome, Maya.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys. This is awesome.
For everyone who does not know, what is a quantum hypnosis?
A quantum hypnosis, I'm a practitioner, so I take people under hypnosis and I take them into the quantum, which means we quantum jump. I take people into other dimensions, other time and space, things like that. We time travel.
Now, let me ask you something. Did you learn how to do this in a solo aspect first? Learn how to jump and join, like doing it yourself, before you were able to like help others get to these spots?
Yes,
something like you've been working with.
I had my own session done in 2016 by Alba Weinman. And yes, so I had my own personal session done because I had, questions about paranormal activity and things like that. And so I had my own hypnosis session done because I needed answers. It's Dolores Cannon's method. It's quantum hypnosis healing. And so a lot of times to get answers to things, you have to go into the quantum, you have to leave this realm and go into the spirit realm. And so I had my own personal session done. It changed my life. And so that was in 2016. And then I did some studying. I got certified with a few modalities. And now in 2021, I started helping others. So I did my own work for me first. I had to do my own healing, get my own answers for myself. And then when Crotch 19 came, I was like ready to help other people.
But having gone through it yourself, I mean, obviously you're a true believer. You've seen it work and been able to experience it. And I think that's important. Rather than just reading from a textbook and getting certified, but never have gone through it. This way you've gone through it, you've experienced it, and you can help people even more because they won't be so scared because you've done it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yes. It's best. I'm surprised how many people are practitioners who have never had sessions. It does happen. But no, I'm here to help people heal. So I've had to go through it first. So I'm here to help and teach. I'm also teaching people to do this as well. But yes.
And I guess that's what the light warrior is about. Light being good things, being a warrior of the good and kind of the righteous in that sense.
Well, I'm a light warrior in the sense that when I do these hypnosis sessions, we're actually battling the dark. We're battling the darkness. We're battling what we don't see in this realm. We're battling in the spirit realm. there's a form there, whether it's a dark mass, whether if it's an entity, aliens, demons. Like, I battle all kinds of stuff.
And let me ask you, why do we have to battle? Why can't we coexist or co with these entities or beings?
Because there was a rip in our universe, and some darkness got in that wasn't supposed to be here from another universe, and so they came and started causing havoc throughout our universe, and basically the darkness is destroying everything, and Earth is where it began, where the darkness began. So Earth is in, like, people call it a prison. It's not a prison. It's really not. It's a school. And basically, the darkness came in, and so now we're ridding the darkness of our universe and sending it back to source. So Earth is leveling up. And so this has to happen, which is why 3i Atlas is here and all these other things. This has to happen because everybody else in the universe cannot level up. They cannot level up until we level up. So we're literally holding the whole universe back. And they're over it. And it's our government, really, that's holding us back by giving us all these chemicals and all these things that are stopping us from opening our senses and
Well, yeah, I
knowing
mean,
who we are.
closing the chakras, closing that third eye. They do so many things to shut that down.
Everything they give you is to shut you down. Everything they give you.
Oh yes, from the food to the medicine, nothing is there to help.
The technology.
Well, even that.
Even this beloved technology that we love so much to use. Thank you, technology. I send you love, technology. But no, this all ties into everything, though. It's.
But was this? Now let me ask you: this darkness that was led in, do we have a time frame for that? Was it like within our lifetime? Was it ancient?
Well, the darkness came in back in ancient times. There was a galactic war, right? There was a galactic war. We had 2 moons. One of the moons got blown up, which is the astral belt. The Draconians and the Greys, are causing havoc all over the place. And so it is time. We're actually living in the last days. We're actually living in the days of the rapture. So, the darkness that will not be allowed to exist anymore. So that's why chaos is breaking out, because they know they're scrambling. Their time has come to an end. We want peace and love and harmony. That's what the people want. We want to live in a place where there's no sickness, no illness. We don't have to kill animals to eat. We want that. That's what the people want. And so there's only 2 planets in the 3rd dimension that still are third dimension, like still eat meat. Where there's only 2 left, us and another planet, and that's it. So we're trying to level up and get out of that. Like, all
everybody
of that
everybody else is vegan, basically, or off the vegetable life.
Yes. Well, it's draconian. It's reptilian.
It's more sustainable any which way. I mean, it's easier to grow plants.
We need it.
It's easier to grow plants than grow livestock.
It's hard. Okay, look, we all want to be vegan, but can everybody be vegan? No. Some people need to eat meat. I was told that it goes according to your blood type. Whatever your blood type is, you eat according to your blood type. That's what I was told in my sessions. Yeshua, Jesus, he didn't eat meat. He was vegan. A lot of people, every time you eat meat, it makes you dense. So the less meat that you eat, the less dense you become. So if you eat meat once in a while, then you're more lighter. Beef is okay. Pork is not okay. I've taken parasites out of people from beef, but pork has parasites. I was told not to eat pork. Pork was created back in Atlantis, swine, and it's made up of human. And when you eat pork, then you're signing a contract to be eaten as well. And so I was just told this. I was like, wait, what?
No,
Oh my
I've
God.
heard that. I've heard that if you look, first of all, if you look at all the animals, pigs and humans share like the closest DNA. And for a lot of transplants on people, they will use pig parts.
Yeah.
And but they said that like a lot of the pigs are like people that's like it's almost like a human in hell. They become like this pig in the afterlife. It's kind of scary to think about because we've all eaten bacon as a kid.
Who didn't love bacon?
Not anymore, but
I don't eat
I don't
bacon
like
anymore
I
worth a lot.
honestly don't like pork because of the nitrates. I feel like they put too many nitrates in this stuff. I'm very conscious about, the chemicals and stuff. If it's not organic or I can know what's in it and read it and understand it, then I don't probably not going to eat it.
Yeah, I hear you. I was
And,
told
and
to
and
pray
even the
over
meat,
your food to
even the
send
meat,
love.
I like pork. I mean, I like beef, but you are right. I can't eat it all the time. And even like things like fish, they have parasites too.
Yeah. I was told to eat salmon. That salmon
Salmon
is
is good.
brain food.
Yeah.
That the omega-3s in salmon is very good for you, the fatty omega-3s. But
You know what's interesting though? We talk about pork and we shouldn't eat pork. With everything inflating in the grocery stores, it's just interesting hearing that and knowing that pork has always been reasonable price wise. Chicken, I
yeah,
can't
but
afford.
it's also condemned by major religions in the world.
Yeah, but it's just
Think
interesting
about
hearing
that. Would
that.
there
Yeah,
has to be a
easy to
reason
buy.
why
Cheap.
it
And
would
tastes
have
good
to be
pork
a
chops. Who didn't like some pork chops,
Yeah.
But then it makes you think why they like to eat humans so much. We taste good, I
Well, they're
guess.
the only ones that can eat humans whole. They can devour a full-size hog can devour a human down to bone almost,
Oh
and
yeah.
maybe even so digested.
I think they don't eat hair and teeth and nails or something like that.
Yeah, but everything else they can just devour, which there's not really many animals that do that.
Maybe a snake. I don't know. Does anything come out?
I I don't
Takes a
know.
while.
Usually when I see a snake, I'm running the other way. So
We don't get I saw a snake once here in the garden, just one time, one snake, and it was a garden snake. I'm usually the one bringing the reptiles. I one time brought in a bunch of, well, not stray, but somebody was getting rid of their python, so I decided I'd take them in. And I never took snakes in before, and I didn't know how to keep them, and they all got loose for a day in the house. And my parents came home to snakes climbing up the wall. It wasn't a pretty sight at
Oh,
all.
I love it. I love it. My spirit animal is a white snake.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Not an albino, a white snake.
And why is
those are
that?
rare though. Those are very rare.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is your spirit animal? Well, because I know it's like some characteristics of the animal represents you. What's the characteristics of the white snake?
I don't know. I wish I would know. I really don't know, which is kind of funny because when I was growing up, there was White Snake, the band. I love the band. I thought that was a cool band. I've always liked snakes. The snake is very safe, though, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. The snake is very sacred, very sacred. The
Snakes and
Kundalini.
spiders aren't as evil as people think.
No, you know what's
Like,
evil? Ticks and flies. I don't like flies. Ticks and flies. No, ticks and mosquitoes, I would say. Those are evil.
those are evil.
Blood sucking vampires.
Literally, the mosquitoes are, and flies aren't really that good either. They always come with pestilence in play. They're not really coming for a good time.
Yeah, they're just coming to, have a shitty time.
Pretty much.
But no, like even people that I know, people that they've been represented, their animal creature be spiders, and it's like it's because of their protective nature, and
Okay,
that's
so
a
you
big
want to hear something then?
characteristic. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
When I was 3 years old, I was brushing my hair in the mirror. And I used to do this a lot, not realizing that the mirror is looking glass technology. That's how they look at you. The reptilians, they spy on you through the mirrors by looking through your eyes. And And so I apparently opened a portal when I was 3 years old. And I went to go use the bathroom, and I looked in the toilet. I blinked, and there was this gigantic spider in the toilet, like humongous. And I was 3 years old, and I just remember screaming my head off. And I just remember blinking, and everything was red. The whole room, it was like I had blood over my eyes, like everything was red. And I didn't realize that when you look at other dimensions, sometimes they're in colors. And I guess I don't know what dimension that was, but uh, let's just say I was scared out of my wits. And um, I had I had no idea, like, that I was psychic or that I could do things like this. Nobody tells you these things. Like, when I was 6 months old, I remember being out of my body, looking at myself in the crib, in the diaper, looking at my mom moving through the house in spirit. Like, I was like, I wanted to know what was around the corner. So I went, and I just remember like moving through the house, but my body was still in the
Oh
crib.
yeah, astral traveling, and I'll be honest, it's I've been able to accomplish it a few times and leave my house and go through my town, and it's a very weird feeling because you have to almost totally let go because you'll still try to hold on to your body and you just feel this heavy weight. So then you let go again and you can float around. But if you try to go back to that body, it's a heavy weight. You gotta be free. And it's wild though. You can actually, if you get your mind in the right state of being, you can get out there and explore.
Yeah.
Not just this world, like you said, you can get into others and almost like you said, start quantum leaping. And like you said, some of the places aren't so friendly. Now let me ask you, when you get to these non-friendly zones or dimensions, is there mortal danger for you?
Well, in my work, I try to do everything with the highest good. So when I was a kid, I don't know what happened. I don't know why opened a portal and saw red. I have no idea. But in my sessions, luckily, except for one time, we had all good experiences. Like, we've never been to anywhere that I've had to be afraid of. But in my now that I've done my session today, that makes three. The 3 sessions ago, I had a really, really crazy session that almost ended my career. I was like, this is it. I'm done. Um, but we've worked through it, and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. But I encountered the Baphomet.
Oh,
Yes. Would you
so
like?
you got into some pretty dark and deep work there.
Well, you want to know what happened? Let me tell you what happened.
Definitely.
So my friend, it was her boyfriend. They were gonna go on a date, and I was gonna take them to outer space somewhere and let them have a galactic date somewhere, somewhere on another planet. And she had this thing in her mind that she wanted to get her deep trauma healing done before she got serious with him. And she didn't really tell me that she was subconsciously setting her intentions to get deep healing done. I thought we were going to go have fun. And subconsciously, she's thinking to herself, well, maybe I should get this done. And so we go into her session, and it's on YouTube. You can watch it. But I'll tell you, long story short, an evil mermaid and an evil unicorn showed up, took her to the dark side. Her soul got taken out of her body. The Baphomet came in, laughed at me. We had a long talk, and then something else came through, and I was able to get her back into her body. And it was scary. It was
Well, I
so
can
scary.
see why, like having a conversation and staring face to face with the devil it would be almost career ending for most, I would think.
Well, it was the way he came through. Like, she was like arguing with the unicorn. She was like, no, no, you can't take my soul. Why would you take my soul? And then all of a sudden she went quiet, and I heard my friend, because they were both under, but he wasn't able to talk for some reason. And I heard him yell no. And as soon as he yelled no, she started laughing like ha 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 ha, like real dark, and like and was like, what were you thinking, like telling me, what were you thinking bringing her into this, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And it was scary for a second, but the scary part was she had children in the house, and I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I brought her out of it and it was still there, and usually that don't happen. Like, I try to get Jesus in there, like crazy stuff. Archangel Michael, like nobody would come to my rescue. And I was like, this never happens. So when she came to and her entity was still there, I finally talked to the entity, got the entity to leave, which is an entity that she created out of trauma, because this was trauma healing. I'm just giving you it in a nutshell.
Well, that's what you were saying. She went into this thing and she was going to go into this other session, and she ended up creating her own monster.
Well, she faced her monster. She faced the thing that she wanted to heal from. And we weren't prepared for that.
Yeah, it wasn't the kind of stuff, like you said, you were going on a, maybe a
A
some distant plan, have a couple of drinks, maybe jump in some
hell.
water. Yeah, not be facing
But
demons at night.
it was inner child trauma healing. It was something that had happened from her childhood, that when a kid goes through trauma, they create these multiple personalities, and these personalities take form. They take over your body. And so that entity came through later and was like, yeah, I had to deal with the devil. She went to La La Land, and I had to jump in and face this for her. So I had to talk to her, make a deal with her, let her know, like, we got her, she's good, can we just heal from this? She eventually left. The next day I called my other friends. They went under, they got her soul back. It took like a week. And then finally I talked to her again, and she was so happy. She said that she feels lighter, she feels good, that she's happy that all of that happened. I'm like, girl, I'm still crying. Like, I'm still traumatized. Like, this never happens in my session, but she's grateful that it happened.
Well,
But
also maybe it was a monster. I mean, like you said, this demon, this monster, it was something that she was familiar with, though, because it was her trauma.
She created Antoinette. Antoinette stepped in and chased away the Baphomet. Or she claimed that she was pretending to be the Baphomet. I don't know. She said there was a legion of demons that were coming to get the body, and she had to pretend to be the Baphomet. I don't really know. All I know is they took her soul, and she had to get her soul back. And so for a whole day, she didn't have no emotions in her body, nothing. She
was lifeless, basically, just empty, hollow.
Just hollow. She didn't care about it. She was smiling, but she wasn't like smiling.
Yeah, no, I get that. Now, would you say that interesting point? Would you say a lot of the darkness in the world today is created by us ourselves, our own manifestations?
Absolutely. Fear, anger, shame, guilt, all these things that hold us down, anger that forgiveness, things that we can't forgive, people that we can't forgive, things that have happened to us in lifetimes. Yeah, we create these. We create the darkness, And they're constantly trying to create it by forming all this division between people, and all these colored lines, and hate and anger, like all these things it's just feeding that monster. That's all it is. It's just
and I mean, not for nothing, but I always thought, in the supernatural world, whatever gods you believe in, whether it be the Anunnaki, whether it be, whatever it is, any higher being, right? They do not give a shit about race, color, any of that. It's all so minuscule.
Well, you know why? It's because they're blue and green and purple and pink, and people are different colors. They don't worry about our shades. Like they laugh at us. They're like, "What? That's not your real color."
But everything that the people are divided over is all really trivial stuff that's been, again, man-made, created to
Exactly.
divert, so people cannot follow their hearts and find the truth,
I'm
open
gonna
their
tell you
minds.
what it really is. Not everybody here is human, is what it is. And that's the real division. The people that are real evil and hateful and just want to harm people, human trafficking, like a lot of that, they're reptilians. They're not human. These people are being hijacked by people are waiting for the aliens to come out of the sky. They're already here. They're in the people. I take them out in my sessions. I literally remove millions and billions of reptilians from people. Like
Yeah.
we can have reptilians attached to us that are connected to planets and ships, harvesting off of your one body, your light source. You're feeding millions of them.
So they have
It's-
incredible technology.
and they use your eyes and they use your chakras and they come into your elevators and they tap in and they feed and then they go. They come and they go. You know.
Now, earlier you mentioned the mirrors. Is that the only way they spy, or do they have other methods as well?
No, they have way more methods. They are able to shapeshift. They can come into your body. So they can enter a person through anger, fear. When they lower their frequencies and vibrations, they get in. And so once they get in, they can be in your kids, your animals, like, and once they get in you, they cause you problems. Mental
So, I mean, the
illness.
best thing you can do is keep your vibrations high, at least.
That's the secret. And love, and protect yourself in a bubble of love. That's what I teach people. That's because your love frequency burns them. It's your weapon against them. So you
Well,
send
do you
love.
think? I think we live in an age where a lot of people have a lot of self-hate, and I think that's the real problem. People hate themselves. They hate the way they look. They hate the way they feel. They hate the way their body. And it just turns them, like you said, the reptilians are just eating all that up.
Oh, loosh. You're like a resort. They're like, oh, we love this person. Hate them some more. Like send them more hate. Yeah. That's the secret. That's what they don't want you to know. But
Yeah,
that
but
I'm telling you, that's what it is.
it's hard not to retaliate sometimes.
I know.
It's very hard to. I mean, I've grown as I get older. More, and the director would tell me when you first started working together, it was just like someone would say disagree with me, and it would be like, fuck you. But now I'm more like everyone has their own opinion. It's okay. Everyone has their own opinion. It's just, and you try to forgive those people who you're going. They have their own opinion, will walk away, and then you say something and they jump on you. It's just like
Triggers them.
it triggers
So
them.
what that is sorry, my mind is they're trying to wipe my mind, so I'm not trying to remember this. I'm trying to hold on to it. They're trying to wipe it. I'm trying to hold on to it. They're like, no, we don't want to talk about this. Say that again. Can you run that by me one more time? Because it went. They wiped my mind. You were saying.
What was I saying, director?
See?
That's kind of strange. I just blanked out.
Right? They're doing that. I felt it come in like a wave because I was listening.
You were
to it, all of a
talking
sudden,
about
like,
how
pulling it away.
What you were
How
talking about, Vic, is how when you first started the podcast, you were originally being like a.
Oh yeah,
you. Now you've learned.
Forgive.
You have learned that it's okay. People are gonna have other opinions, and it's okay to let it be. Not everything has to be a battle. You've calmed down quite a bit.
Yeah, to trigger. I'll give an example. For example, I mean, we all know about what happened to Charlie Kirk. We looked at it as if he was a father, and his kids, saw him get gunned down, and we were like, very like, geez, we can't imagine that happening. Like God. And when we say that, automatically people are saying like, you're racist and you're this, you're that, and like, no, we never heard of this guy before. It's just the whole he was a father, and he just was going out using his First Amendment right, and then all of a sudden, they just killed him.
You're gonna be shocked when you find out he was a reptilian.
Well, you don't want to know what I believe about that.
Yeah,
I would love to
like
believe
to
it
know.
all.
like
I mean,
know.
I don't have beliefs over things.
Have you
I just like
seen
to
the
see
movie
people.
Snake Eyes?
I have, and I heard all about, there was the time frames, the dates,
Oh,
the
so here's the
fights.
thing. With the agenda, they have to put it in your face.
Well, they
right?
do, and they have to show
And
you, and it's usually about 20 years ago.
Everything is a show.
Yeah.
And movies, they have actors, they have crisis actors, they have people who sacrifice their loved ones. There's so much going on. Like, I don't know. It's hard to say. All I know is that there's too much out there already. Like,
Well, I
Snake
mean,
Eyes.
there's been people that have showed,
Charlie Kirkland,
different.
who got shot in the neck. Didn't he get shot in the neck in that movie? His name was Charles.
Same place, like same spot, and it was a.
Come on, is that coincidence?
And like even the Simpsons stuff. Look at what Simpsons has predicted 20 years ago and what you see today, and that's just throwing it in your face. It's
They
going,
have
haha.
to put face. It's free will.
Well,
It's
yes, they
free
have.
will.
They don't want the calm, and nobody does. Who does? I mean, I wouldn't.
I mean, honestly, I feel like whether or not he believed in what he was talking about, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. All I know is what I saw afterwards, his wife and all of that, and it just looked like a movie to me. I've worked in Hollywood. I've been an extra in TV shows and stuff, and that just seemed so scripted. And the way she acted and what they chose to put out there, I was just like trying to look at it from a different perspective, and I'm like, I can't see it any other way, but this looks so fake to me. What is going on,
No,
and,
why is news?
and then,
why is news in the studio?
And then that guy, what's that guy's name? Patel. He said, "I'll see you," and the message to Charlie Kirk, brother. "I'll see you in Valhalla," or whatever. And then there's like this whole thing where it's actually a place where people go when they want to disappear from the regular world. I was like, what? Don't have me down a rabbit hole. But that's all I heard. I don't know.
I mean, with enough money and enough fame and the right people, you can almost do anything and go anywhere. Places that the normal people can't go.
I think Michael Jackson's alive. I think they're all alive. I don't believe they're dead, for one.
If you can get to Antarctica, you probably can find these people.
I think they slipped into it. I think that because they become celebrities and stuff, because when they get so high up, are they part of the reptilians? Are they shapeshifters? Are they just here to move the crowd? I don't know, but I'd like to find out.
Yeah,
if you ever want to find out, let me know. I'll put you under hypnosis, and you can go and ask and get all the answers you can.
Start asking people.
You can ask. You can go and investigate. I can take you back to the time that he got shot, and you can tell me what really happened.
Not but a year prior to that, we got to see another movie scene where the presidential nominee at the time was getting shot too, and I don't know. It's just a lot of coincidences. A lot of things don't add up to me, and it's just like the whole world is a show. That's why news is made in a studio.
Yeah.
They're only showing parts, and they're cinematically done, and things are edited, cut out. The shot isn't even a whole shot when people are on scenes. You're not seeing a whole image. You're seeing what you want them to be showing, and that's the thing. The news is just entertainment. It's for people to say this is what's going on, but it's not unless you're there. You don't know what the hell is going on.
Well, when he got shot, I just said, what about the sequel to the book Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, the sequel, The Last President, where the president that was written in 1901, I think it was.
The Barron.
That lived in a hotel on in Manhattan, and he's a president, and he gets shot, and he gets assassinated, and he's the last president. I'm like, if they don't stop, I feel like he's a time traveler. I feel, I feel like, uh, yeah, I feel like he's.
Well, there's some evidence of that. There was things on there like that, even facial structure and stuff. There was a person that looked very similar to him, but I think a lot of that is Hollywood. You'll see people that look a lot like these actors living in the 1600s, 1400s, 1200s. Like,
Yeah,
yes, people look alike, but that close, I don't know.
are they clones? Like, are they reincarnated? I don't know.
I mean, you see a lot of celebrities now, they go, well, what society calls crazy, and they're off to some rehab or something for, 6 months, and they
Right.
come back and then, they're different. Have they been
Yeah.
cloned? Have they been taken over?
I
You
was
got to
told
wonder
they get
what
cloned.
happened.
I was told they get cloned when they go in to get plastic surgery. That's when they go under anesthesia. They get taken over, and I think that's when the cloning happens.
They put out a movie not too long ago, and I believe it's true. It was like, it was all these people were getting cloned. I forget who put it out, but
right?
it was with these guys, and the black dude, he kept like living the same life, and he realized that he was being cloned. And I believe they showed us that for a reason, because I believe that's what happens in Hollywood. I believe a lot of these people that are coming back, people like Kanye West, and even people like Diddy. I swear that the Diddy of today is not the Diddy that was the Diddy when I was growing up listening to him and Biggie.
Yeah,
And I think along the way we had many different Diddies,
yeah,
and each one brought their own. That's probably why he changed names.
right.
And he went from Puff Daddy to this to that, and I think some of them were more crazier than others. And down the line, now he's a criminal.
Yeah, I don't think he's human. That's for sure.
But
Do
you
you
see
guys
that with
want
a
to
lot
hear
of these
about my
guys.
Vermont stories?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I know that's what you've been waiting for. So I got a few incidences that have happened in Vermont. One of them was I was let me see, the big one, the first big one I can say that happened for me was it was during a Rainbow Family gathering when we were camping out on one of the trails in Vermont. What is the trail that runs through Vermont? Is it Long Trail? Is it
Just a long trail.
Appalachian Trail? I don't know which one is in
I would
like
say it would be the
Burlington.
Appalachian, because I think that's right in the middle of the triangle, which would be where all the paranormal stuff kind of happens.
Okay. Well, I'm not really sure. All I know is I was driving 2 hours. I was driving back from the location to home and going back. I had dropped off my daughter and I was going back to camp. We were camping in the woods and I was driving. And so I had set my alarm on my phone for 2 hours, right? Because it was a 2 hour drive. And somehow I set my alarm and I had my dog with me. And my dog was really tiny and she loved to sit by my feet where I drive because the bottom was really big. So she was able to sit there. So I'm driving, I'm driving on the highway and I don't have a radio in my car. So it's really quiet. So I'm meditating, the lines in the road are hypnotizing me. And all of a sudden, my dog starts barking like crazy and I snap out of it. And like I could feel myself driving, I could feel myself there, but not really mentally there, and my dog starts barking like crazy. And I'm like, Gypsy, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I look at my clock and I had been driving for 2 hours. So I should have been at my location.
Right.
But I still had 2 more hours to go.
You were in a 2-hour loss of time slip.
I lost 2 hours of time. So I drove 4 hours to the spot I had to get to when it
Or
only
you were
took 2
taken
hours.
and put back in your car. You were taken for 2 hours and put back in the same spot.
And
But
I
2 hours
must
is
have been.
missing.
I just remember pulling over and crying, like freaking out, like, oh my God, what happened? Like,
But
I
your dog
couldn't,
noticed something was off because he was
my,
started to bark.
she
And I
brought me
take it
back
dogs
in.
can't get hypnotized by the lines on the road or other things. They're not trying to. They're not looking at it.
Yeah, she must have been sleeping on the job. She like Freddy Krueger, she fell asleep.
Yeah.
Come back and help me. But so that was one time. That freaked me out. Another time, another time, I was driving on the highway and I sensed that I was going to be missing time. And I was like, I was telling my friend, oh, that would be funny if, I'll be there in 10 minutes unless something happens. And, I was joking, like, unless I miss time or something. And I was on the phone with him when I was talking to him and I was looking at the thing. I said, I'm only 10 minutes away. I have 7 miles to go. And then I was talking to him, and all of a sudden I looked back at my thing, and I was 10 minutes past my location.
Oh.
And I was like, I was so mad. I was like, what the hell just happened? How could this happen? I remember
You
where
missed it. You
I was.
missed your time.
They messed with me. They like, we're just gonna mess with her. So that was like my missing time situation. But my paranormal ghost activity situation was when I lived in St. Johnsbury. And when I lived in St. Johnsbury, I had manifested this beautiful house. I had said, I want this big house, and I got this big house that I manifested. And I love this house. It was a dream come true. It was like 11 rooms, 7 bedrooms. It was just like gigantic. And I had invited my friend over, and she went to go open the door to step foot across the threshold. She took one step in and stepped back out. And she's like, nope, I'm not coming in. I'm not coming in here. And I was like, what? She was like, nope, nope. And she backed up. And then she said she thought she saw somebody looking in the curtains from across my way. I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? And she's like, I don't know. I thought I saw somebody looking in the window. I'm like, you're freaking me out. But she wouldn't come in my house. So like a week I had moved in, I had these bunk beds upstairs for my boys, and everybody was sleeping. I had my friend with me downstairs. We were just watching TV and watching a movie. And then all of a sudden it sounded like the bunk beds tipped over, and it sounded like my boys had fallen out of the bed. And they're teenagers, so that's like a big bump, right?
Yeah.
We go run upstairs, nothing.
Everybody's still asleep.
Still asleep. No one's flinching. But it sounded like the whole thing tipped over, like the whole house shook. There was all this noise. Nothing.
Wow.
Right? Then the next day, or like a couple days later, I had this painting that I had painted, and I didn't know what I was painting, but apparently somebody said it looked like Deadpool. But it was like a red face. It had black swirls, and I had all these swirls around its head. I don't know where it came from, but I hung it up next to my basement door.
Yeah.
And it would hang there. And I hung it wrong, so like the painting was stuck in the nail in the wall. And so we're sitting there watching TV again one night, and I hear this loud slam. And I'll go in the kitchen, I turn the light on, and my painting is on the floor, and it's ripped from where it was stuck in the wall, like from the canvas was ripped.
Oh, man.
So I realized my basement was haunted also. So I used to go to the bar at night, and I tell everybody, come back to my house, we'll have after party. So I used to have this trick where I would bring everybody to the basement, and then I would go upstairs and see how long it took for people to come running upstairs.
How long was it?
They would come up really fast. They'd be like, ooh, that energy feels really crazy in there. And one person said they saw something moving in the corner. Yeah, they would come flying upstairs. No, they didn't. No, it was funny though. I enjoyed it.
That's great.
But,
Yeah. If I can give you a quick scenario about what happened to, this might be silly, but you probably heard silly scenarios before. We were doing a piece on a wrestling group. I think the director knows where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it was a connection because we got into like the behind the curtain, the dirty side of professional wrestling, and we found wrestling group connected with pedophilia. So we're like connecting the dots and everything like that. And I got a threat saying they're gonna send a curse after me. And of course, I'm just like, curse, what are you talking about? You need some like hair, clothing, something. We're hours away. Okay, whatever. That happened in what? April or May?
Happened a week before everything went down, Vic.
And in the middle of September, my wife told me, my soon-to-be wife told me that she had childhood trauma. And of course, I'm supportive. 2 weeks later, open marriage she wants. I said no. A week later, she cheated on me. I forgave, and I was handed divorce. And it just went downhill, and I was handed divorce papers in February.
Oh my God.
Now, and of course, when that happened,
I forget the demon's name they said they were going to conjure, but they had a specific demon in mind that was known for playing tricks and pranks.
but I'm crazy thinking of that. I'm just
No, that happens to people. They get cursed. They get dwell into some black magic or something, and then all of a sudden it's just life goes havoc. Yeah, yeah.
you
Oof.
can pull out of that, can you?
Yeah, you can do some healing. Yeah, you can come do a session with me. You can try to find ways to, do energy works for yourself. You can imagine like sending love light to your wife, just try to because you guys are connected by a cord, right? So you can send light through that cord. Imagine sending light to that cord, healing her because she probably got an attachment attached to her. Like something probably came after her. Like if they want to target you, they will target everything around you just to make you miserable. That's how they get you. So it sounds like something probably could have attacked her, um, you know, um,
And
especially
with
if
the
she's like
childhood
full of light.
trauma and knowing what the trauma can cause and create, it could have been just a perfect storm.
Well, that too. It could be all part of the journey. Like there's so many reasons to it. When my friend encountered the Baphomet, that was childhood trauma. And right now, everybody is healing from these things. So, and also, sadly, we're not always meant to be with each other forever. Me and my first husband, we lasted 9 years together on the books. I think it was more than that. I don't remember. But I thought we were going to be together forever.
Yeah,
But,
it's
but then I
Let-
found my new husband and I'm like, oh yeah, he's forever. But,
it was just
Let me
crazy.
ask you
how we
something.
fell
Is that
apart.
healing? Is that healing necessary to level up?
yes. Yes.
So that's why everybody's kind of going through that. You see it a lot of it right now. Like you said, a lot of people are trying to heal their past.
Yeah. And also childhood trauma brings things up that need dealt with. Like for me personally, one of my childhood traumas was I encountered a spirit that made me think that I was a lesbian. That I had like one relationship with a woman, that I was ready to come out the closet, even though I really wasn't. But once I dealt with that entity, that energy left, and I was like, yeah, I would never.
It wasn't
I
that,
would.
yeah.
I could never do that again. Like, how did I even do that? How did I? Yeah,
But that's
no.
that entity attaching and kind of getting in there.
Yeah,
And
it
like
had
you said, it almost plays with
confused.
it, possesses, it makes your vision ulterior, so you're seeing or acting much different.
That's why I do quantum healing, because a lot of these things that we go through, people don't realize it is metaphysical. On the other side, it's something else. It might show up on this side like any and everything. You can have an accident, you can fall and hurt yourself, you can, you can have your mother hurt you, you can, any crazy thing that could possibly happen, there's usually something else orchestrating behind the scenes. And that's what I do. I remove the veil so that we can see why these things happen. Sometimes they're just lessons. It could be numerous reasons why. But the fun part is we're able to find out nowadays why. Thanks to people like me, quantum healers, people who do healing, people who are psychic, people who are coming online, who are doing the work, they're able to give us answers to these things, and that's why I have my podcast, and that's why I do what I do, is because I want people to be able to share their stories, and because we are the disclosure, and this is how we help people heal, is by telling people what we go through, because someone else is like, oh wow, I can relate to that, I went through that, and we help other people heal by sharing our stories. And that's what I was told to do, because I didn't want to tell people about my life. I'm like, look, you know how long I went pretending like everything is great, and now you want me
Yeah.
to be like, look at my scars, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, okay, let's do it. Now I don't care. Now I'm like, hey, it's fine. Everybody deserves to be loved. Everybody should be told they're loved. We all need to love each other and stop war, stop killing each other. Like, it's got to end, Yeah.
That's-
No, it does. It is. And I think, like you said, I think you're right. The people do want it. There's only a very select group of few that are loud enough to try to make it seem like people don't, and they're all bloodthirsty. But for the majority, they want peace.
Yeah. That's why I live in Vermont, because I want peace. I left Los Angeles, the city of angels, to come to find my peace and harmony here in nature, where I feel connected to God and source and nature and the animals. Like, this feels so good to me. Like, being in the concrete jungle in the city with all the Wi-Fi and all that, I don't, it doesn't feel good for me inside,
yeah, I can see that.
No, and especially if you're adapt and open to all this positive energy that nature does offer, then the lights in the street and the busy life, that means nothing. That's all just a facade. The real energy, the real beauty is in that quiet moments in the night sky that you can actually see, and the sounds that you can take in, and the air you can breathe in those places. Because face it, not a lot of places on this earth are kept or preserved or even undisclosed anymore. There's nobody place to really get away. You're always found. You always can be found. You can always be looked for. It's not like it was any which way. The world's very different.
Yeah. The eyes are always watching. The satellites are everywhere.
You know,
Yeah.
Even in my lifetime, the internet is a blessing. Yes, we get to meet great people, get to talk to people like you, but also it removed a whole layer of privacy when people can get a hold of you. Even cell phones, before people could get a hold of you if you were home. If you weren't, they would leave a message.
I love
Now they
that.
got a cell phone. They're gonna call you no matter what you're doing. You're on the toilet. You're in the bathroom. You're in there. You're out and about. It doesn't matter. You get a phone call.
My favorite was when you're opening your door, when you put the keys in your door, and all of a sudden you can hear your phone start ringing, your house phone, like people know what time you come home. All of
Oh
a
yeah.
sudden.
Yep. Because then it would get timed, and then telemarketers would figure out what time people, and then they say, "Well, everybody eats dinner. Let's call them during dinner time."
Oh my gosh. The
Yeah.
voicemails, the music background, the voicemails. I used to love that.
Oh yeah.
People don't do stuff like that anymore, do they?
No, now you got mostly scams. They try to get you for health insurance scams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst.
But your
I
phone's
was
smart enough to tell you it's a scam coming in, so don't answer it.
I know. It's so scary nowadays, especially with AI. It's crazy. But I was told that this system is going to crumble and that new technology is on its way. And,
But what about the
so,
old technology? I mean, if not for nothing, but if you look at like old images from the 1800s and stuff from the early World's Fairs and such, right? Old Tartarian stuff. You've seen
yeah,
miraculous inventions, creations, things for free energy, ways of traveling, and all of that has just been erased and whitewashed away over time to make it the way that they want it to be, the new
yeah,
world.
to hold us back. Yeah, every time they don't get their way, they reset. And then we get a mud flood and everything is buried. But when they did that last mud flood, I was told, and I went back into time, and this is what we saw. But I'm still trying to find it in history. From I think it was 1810 or 1811. It's a bit iffy because it showed up as 1810, then it also showed up as 1811. So I'm not quite sure. But there was a comet that hit Earth, and it caused a mud flood, which caused the earth and the sky to get cloudy. And for 6 months, all the crops died, nothing would grow. And I believe that's where you get the Cabbage Patch Kids came from afterwards. When they buried the Tartaria, everything from Tartaria, the giants, everything got buried and died. And these mountains and the Grand Canyon, all these things that we see that look like things,
Yeah.
what was it? The Indian head guy, like, I don't know, are these really giants, fossilized
Some of the
giants?
mountains look like trees. I mean, there's all sorts of things out there that if you actually do, it's like, wait a minute, this isn't what it is. And the world
Oh,
is much bigger.
oh
Doorways,
yeah.
if you look at old buildings, they're much bigger, not for us. Windows are buried underground. But it makes sense. But the only thing that ever made sense to me about the whole time period is you also had a lot of orphans. And I was like, well, when did they decide to round up all the adults and get rid of them? Because you always see all these kids building railroads and doing factory work and doing this kind of work and working in mines. It was always bunches of orphans.
Yeah. You know what I think it was? I think that could have been either one, the Cabbage Patch Kids that they created, that they made, or just men were out of control.
Yeah, could have been that too. I mean, that could have been it. Or they were all reptilian. They all just were a bunch of aliens that showed up and was like, "Take us in. We'll work."
Breeders. I
Yeah.
know. The breeders. Oh my God. Yes, yes.
It kind of makes you wonder. I mean, I know I'm going to dark territory here, but transgenders about being, it just kind of makes me wonder, like what type of energy is like refocusing. Because I really don't believe just after so many years, you're born and you're like, I don't feel like a male, I'm a female. There has to be something mentally. Your energy is being like redirected. Like someone's like controlling, like reprogramming.
I was told that it was a form of blasphemy to change what you were born as. Like if you want to wear a dress, wear a dress. You want to wear makeup. But to go through the surgery, to go through the hormone change, to physically change. I mean, I have seen some knockout men that are now women and women that are now men. I'm like, how in the world is this? Like, you would not even know. I tease my husband. I'm like, oh, you think you can tell? Let me line them up for you. And I would line them up and I would like point out the ones that you think they're men. And he would point out a couple and I'm like, they're all men. Like, they go through voice changes, they go through feature changes, they go through everything changes. And I am so amazed. They're trying to say all the president's wives were really transgender men, like all the way down to Kennedy's wife. Not
Really?
Kennedy yet. Yeah, like yeah, they're
Wow.
trying to say all these people. I'm like, what about Cat Eyes? Melania. I'm like, is she, what is her? My husband's like, she looks like a man. I'm like, I don't know. She's kind of
I don't
gross.
even think she's human. Never mind female or male.
Exactly. I'm like, is she Lyran? They put out this speech that I don't know if she said or not, but it was very powerful. And it sounded like a light worker. I was like, really? I don't know. She was hanging with Epstein. I don't know. But
That's a whole nother. Have you done any sessions where you visited the island?
no, I have not visited the island, but I did ask about what happened. And I was told that he was reptilian, that he body jumped. And that's why they brought in that guy. And that's why the guy screamed, because he left his body and jumped into somebody else's body. Reptilians can do that. And that's why the guy screamed, because he was like, get me out of here, like freaking out
Right.
for his life. Did you hear that part?
I did.
Yeah. Because we talked about before that we feel like that what we hear about Epstein's Island is just the surface. Like there's deeper, darker, just like
Yeah, the pedophilia and the sexual shit, that's just surface,
That's
honestly. I
just
think they were into a lot more darker shit, whether it be human freaking harvesting, ritualistic sacrificing,
yeah.
murder for pleasure.
So the thing about it is, all over the universe, this is happening. It's not just happening here on Earth. It's the Draconians, it's the reptilians. The Draconians are doing to the reptilians what the reptilians are doing to us. The harvesting, the human sacrificing, the human trafficking, it's all the breeding system, it's all for them. I was told that they have to feed the monster or the monster will come up, and they don't want that. And I'm thinking, what movie is this? Is this Lord of the Rings? Like, what movie
No,
are we
it's that
talking about?
that movie, the cabin in the woods. You gotta
Crackling?
no, it's
I don't
cabin
know.
in the woods. You have to feed the sacrifice every whatever years, or it's gonna come. The monster comes out and destroys the world.
Yeah, I was told that they're blood-sucking vampires. They're also energetic vampires. And so that's how they feed. They feed off of our blood. They feed off of our meat. So I rescue reptilians off planet, and I rescue them from people, right? So they told me that the Draconians do to them what they do to us. So the Draconians, they kidnap them, they take their children, they kill them, they eat them, they breed them, they use them as soldiers, like they're slaves, like they do. It's kind of like Bug's Life. You know how like the grasshoppers came in and they were like treating the ants like crap, but the ants were stronger and powerful, but because
Yeah.
they were bigger. It's the same story. That's all it
Yeah.
is. So I'm helping reptilians right now and draconians positive polarize. So when I encounter them in the spirit realm, I'm able to help them end their life. they they die, and then their soul gets to go back and reincarnate into something positive. So they do die. I have to kill them, but it's okay. They're willing to go. They're like, take me, I'm ready to go. And they come in and they die. And then there's a cleanup crew that has to clean up their bodies because their bodies get left behind. So that's another story. But these things are happening in us, around us, affecting us. It's so messed up. It's so messed up. I was a speaker at a UFO conference in Florida last couple years ago with Laura Eisenhower and all these other people. And I did a journey and had people on my ship, because I have a spaceship. And come to find out, 3 days later when I came home, we went back into time. I put my friend under hypnosis to find out what had taken place. And my ship got hijacked. We all got hijacked. We all got blood samples taken from us. Everybody that was there had an item stolen from them because it has their signature on it. Crazy stuff. And so, like, I had all kinds of crazy stuff happen to me after that. But a lot of people are saying now that when you go to these conferences, that you get targeted. And I know that for a fact. that these things happen. But
You put yourself on the map, you make yourself a target on the radar, and that's not always the best thing to do.
it was a setup. They set me up. They straight set me up. So now I don't really go to conferences anymore. I've been low key. I haven't done a whole lot of interviews. I haven't, I've been trying to like just focus on other things instead of trying to be all loud and noisy. But I do want people to know that these things are happening and the veil is
Well, I think
thinning.
they have a right to know. I mean, I think
Yeah.
deep down, a lot of people do know. A lot of people just don't want to believe it, or they're going to say it's crazy. But they know that there's something not right. They know that things have changed. They know that it's a downward spiral, and they can feel these things around us and be like, "Well, there's something different," you know.
Yeah. Like I was told Elon Musk is a direct descendant from Mars. He's a reptilian here to destroy planet Earth.
No, yeah. I mean, why else would he want us to go to Mars so badly?
I know. I know. I'm like, listen, you want to go to Mars? I could take you to Mars. I can take you to Mars in 20 minutes. You want $1 million to go to Mars? Give me your $1 million. I'll take you to Mars. Like, I got you. You don't need Elon to go to Mars. I can take you to Mars.
But we have Earth. We just need all of Earth, every part of it. We don't have access to all of Earth. There's
I know.
parts that are still that we can't get to that have vast resource and abundance.
In the water, the civilizations that are in the bubble domes underwater.
We
Been
got
there.
plenty of stuff, and that's what I'm saying. There's stuff on Earth, and while you think we stopped exploring the oceans because people didn't want to find out the truth, what was going on down there.
Yeah, and they get silenced.
Yeah.
I just recently heard a podcast where somebody was saying that they met Amelia Earhart. Is that her name?
Amelia Earhart, yeah.
That they met her in the 60s, that she was alive and that she was taller than what she was when she left Earth, that she was taller, she grew taller. And she was with another guy, and they said that in where they are, everything gets taller and grows taller. But they were in Antarctica in the inner Earth. I'm like,
See?
oh my God. I read her book. I want to take people to meet her. I would love to be able to have a conversation with her. I've been to the inner Earth. I've been to Antarctica like 3 times, I think. 3 times.
That's great. And like I said, you can learn a lot because there's a lot of things that have happened in this world. There's a lot of mysteries out there, things like Bermuda Triangle and such, where people go missing and jump, and where are they now? And if you can find them, you can get a great story or learn something very good. And sometimes it's about just learning.
Yeah. I was told the Bermuda Triangle is a portal. And if you don't have the right frequency, then you will end up in another place that you might not like.
Not a good
like,
thing.
maybe it's a parallel Earth. I don't know. But
Were you
there's
ever able to find the Malaysian plane?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we tapped into that.
No.
But you know how there's the Bridgewater Triangle?
Yeah.
I went there.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yeah, that's on my YouTube videos. That we got to talk to a Sasquatch from there.
That's awesome.
There was a cryptic there. I don't think I talked to it though. I don't remember if I talked to it. I talked to the Sasquatch. I think his name was Leo or something like that. I don't remember. But we did some stuff there. I took my friend. He does podcasts, Typical Skeptic podcast. Rob, shout out to Rob. I took him on live on his channel. I did a live hypnosis for him on his YouTube channel for his people. Oh man, I just hear some noise outside, and I just remembered I left a bucket of eggs, boiled eggs, and some fruit outside, and I think I've attracted something big out there. There's no bears. Bears are sleeping now, right? So it's not a bear.
I mean, who knows these days? I think so.
Vic had a bear.
Uh-oh. I don't know what's outside my door, but I done brought something up to the house. I know I did. Shoot. But
Well, as long as I guess it's human in nature, you don't have much to worry about.
I just needed to hurry up and eat it and take it on. It's probably going to take my Tupperware bowl, though. I heard a loud noise like it was banging around something. So, well, at least we know the bears are asleep. That's good. Nothing to
Yeah.
worry about there.
That's the scariest of the animals up there.
Yeah, I have a glass door, so I get to see the bear. They come up to my glass door. They're looking in my house. I'm just glad they don't break it. I'm like, please.
I don't got no wildlife myself. I got wild people. If I hear noises outside, most likely it's somebody trying to steal the food out there. Never mind an animal.
Yeah.
Although
Right.
we do have an abundance of bunnies around, hundreds, thousands of bunnies.
Oh, and I left you know what? I think that's the other thing. I left my food on the back of my truck. So something must have got it. And I think that's what the sound is. Maybe they're breaking something.
Oh,
Oh my,
jumped up
I'm gonna
onto
have
the
all
truck.
kinds of chaos when I get off this. I don't know what I'm walking into out there.
Well, we'll let you go in a few minutes. We appreciate you coming on tonight. I'm trying to find your YouTube channel. I'm really interested in that.
SOSQHT.
SOS.
QHT, Saving Our Souls Quantum Hypnosis Therapy is what it stands for.
I'm definitely gonna check that out. Man, the thing that sucks is I would definitely check you out, have a session with you, but divorce lawyers are expensive. That's
Listen.
I have to just keep your practice going for just a couple months.
My sessions are $199, but I do gift sessions out for free. You know, I make deals with people, so it's not always about the money. But yeah, you know, if you ever want a session, let me know.
Yeah, I'm always interested for a session because this is really interesting to me. And I read some books I've read before. They talk about it's not about the money. If you think about the money, you're never going to succeed in life. It's about the energy, about where's your time going, when you put your energy, what time and what. That's what matters. And when your energy and your time gets bigger, then you it's like the secret.
Yeah, you manifest this positivity and let it grow.
Let it grow.
Put your energy into what you want to see succeed, not what you want to fail.
Right. Yes. I've had some really good people come to me that if I would have waited for them to have the money, like I would have missed out on some good sessions, you know. So it's not always about the money for me. Definitely not.
Oh, I probably have so many demons attached to me. The director might want to film it. It'll be a short horror.
I'll be good. I like those kind of movies.
The what?
No, he said he has so many demons probably attached to him that I'll probably want to make a movie out of it.
Oh goodness. Well, the last demon I had to battle was the Baphomet. So I was told now that not all demons need to go. So I was like, wait, what?
Well, there's some friendly demons. There was at one point in my life that I had 7 attached, but they were all friendly that I had created and manifested and conjured and worked with. And each one of them
do your bidding.
Not even like that. Each one was for different. I had one for wisdom and one for knowledge and one for enlightenment and one for sight and one for transcension.
Okay.
Because I believe, you can, like an astral plane, like you talk, you can create your own temple. You can ascend higher than we are right now into a level much greater than we are at, with the frequency way much higher. But when you get up there, it's a blank slate. So you have some creative powers and control that you don't know about. But you can create an astral temple that you can, if you learn how to meditate properly, you can get to very fast.
Yes.
And it's very powerful to be able to get into these states, especially if you're trying to overcome something that can't be overcome in this world. You can transcend, get into your astral temple, do your work, get out, get back here, and get on with your day.
Oh, I love that. Yes, absolutely, for sure. That's what I do. I tell people like in my sessions, like remember when you're meditating, you can come back to this space. Like now that you know it's here, you can always return. Like it's not gone. Just
No,
close your eyes and imagine yourself there. Yeah, it's your intention for sure.
definitely.
Where can people find you?
They
On
can
social media or wherever.
they can find me at sosqht.com, which stands for Saving Our Souls Quantum Hypnosis Therapy. So SOS QHT. You can go down the rabbit hole there. It'll lead you to my YouTube page. If you're having trouble finding it, you can look through it through there. I am also a radio DJ, so if I do interviews for people to share their stories as well. If you guys are welcome to come on my show if you'd like to. I can interview you guys as well. So there's a form there that they can fill out. If they want a session, they can book a free consultation. So yeah, that's my typical. I am on social media. I'm on like TikTok, but I'm not like real active. I just share my stuff on there. But my YouTube page has my work, and I have over 300, I think, videos, maybe 300 videos. I've lost track, but my podcasts are on there, my healing sessions are on there, my fun journeys are on there. There's all kinds of different videos on there. So yeah, go down that rabbit
Excellent.
hole.
Something to do at night when I can't sleep.
Oh yes, you would love it. Some of them are really fascinating. Well, I think they all are, but like when I love traveling back into to the past, or we've been to Atlantis quite a few times. I've been to Mars. I've been to other planets that people haven't heard of. I've been, I have a spaceship, and I have spaceship journeys of the Cosmic Crusaders. So there's all kinds of fun stuff you can watch when you need some time to kill.
Awesome. That's
So
great.
thank you guys for having me.
Now the wheels are turning in my head, going like, the free consultation though. I mean, that doesn't hurt. You're like,
Fill out the form. She told you what to do. You go to the website, you fill out the forms. There's a protocol.
I even this protocol, but got my wheels turning now.
Easy.
Maybe it'll do some good, especially if you got things attached from past battles with those other people.
Because my mom was like tinkering and stuff. I'd seen a psychic when I was younger, but there was only this certain psychic that she would see, and then when she passed away, she was just like, okay, she passed away, that's it.
Oh, so she trusted one person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to a couple psychics. I was really happy. What I found out that is every time I went to a psychic, they told me a little bit more, exactly what the last person said, but a little bit more. So I always got a little bit more every time I talked to another psychic. And I always thought that was interesting. Like, I never got the whole pie. It was like, here's another slice. Here's another slice.
Well, you don't want more than you can chew, I guess, right?
That part, probably. But in my hypnosis sessions, you can get all kinds of information. So
you go
that's why I
all
like
in
what I
deep
do.
dive. You can go down deep diving and really explore.
Yes.
And I'm excited to watch some of those episodes, just like I said, because these journeys sound amazing. Sound very interesting.
Yeah, I've done quite a few of people local too, of local people in Newfane. There's like maybe 3 people I've done, 3 or 4 maybe, I think, of locals around town. That's really cool. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today. I mean, wow. That's all I can say is wow.
I get that a lot. I get that. So I'll show you my dagger, my crystal dagger.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice. Wow.
Yes. This is I got this dagger from the fairies, and I adorned it with crystals for my protection. So that's my show and tell for you guys. So
Well,
yes.
thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna keep in touch, definitely.
Yes, definitely. Awesome. Yeah, let me know if you'd like to be on my radio show. You can talk about what you guys do and share your experiences and stuff.
Well, I'm old. 11 o'clock after dealing with a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old.
It's always the
Hey,
weekend.
listen,
Well,
Vic,
no,
once you
no.
get all those demons off your back, you're going to have a lot more energy.
My
Wow.
last show was Friday, was my last Friday show. So now I'm back on Sundays from 3 to 5 p.m.
Oh, that's much more easy for your
That's
working
much
schedule.
WLP 107.7 FM, Brattleboro's Community Radio, DJ Maya, The Mad Chatter Show. Catch me every Sunday. I give 1 hour of nonstop dance music, and then second hour we go down the rabbit hole. So
Whatever dance music do you play, though?
I play all my favorites. I like electric music, you know.
Okay.
I like electric dance music, so a lot of trance,
Techno, trans, all that stuff.
techno,
Yep.
trance, yeah, stuff that you don't typically hear on mainstream radio.
Well, yeah, I mean, mainstream radio is boring anyways. I don't even know if, I mean, sometimes I do, but I mean, I still have a CD player in my car, and I still make CDs, so
Yeah.
I'm still living in early 2000s. I haven't even caught up with a lot of people yet.
That's okay. You're not missing anything. You're fine.
Right? I think it's a better world where I'm at.
I know. I want to go back to it. I want to go back to the 80s.
80s is great. 80s is an amazing time.
Yeah.
People took a lot of times that we had for granted.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
And evolution isn't always positive. It isn't always great. Sometimes it's okay to just be content.
Right? Yes, exactly. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for this. I enjoyed talking to you guys.
Go see what's going on outside. Go see the damage outside.
Oh my God. I'll let you guys know what it was. I'm scared.
If it's a goat, just bring your dagger in case it's a goat.
I know. I think I got scissors in here. Do I? Oh, no, those aren't going to do me no good. I'll just make noise. I'll talk loud. I'll be like, hey little animal, what do you want?
Put it in, hypnotize it. Bring it on a journey. Send it away.
You're getting sleepy.
Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
It has been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody at home, for watching.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.